I'm about to lodge my appeal to the Court of Appeal. I just received an email from my barrister, and the Court of Appeal have reached out to us and said they're going to set back 3 judges to hear the case now. I don't know if you're all aware, you probably are, but Justice Hayden's keen to get us home, and the hospital is saying it's going to take 3 days to observe Alfie, then a further 3 days to get us trained. When in reality he could be in Italy right now. We all know the military air force is ready to take him and the team of doctors are there. We've also got a German ambulance team who intended to take him in the first place, ready who will land in Liverpool in about 20 minutes time. And the reality about it is these people are eager to get him out of the country, and I'm not giving up because Alfie's breathing away. He's not suffering, he's not struggling, he's being given no morphine, no fentanyl, no midazolam. There's been no drugs given to him, he's fighting. The nurse has just come in and said he looks really good, and we just go on what he says. And Alfie's saying get him the flight, but they're starving him at the moment. I mean, I'm starving now, and I've only had a few bits and bobs, so I don't know how he's feeling. They are giving him his fluid. It took me 6 hours to fight for fluid and for oxygen for him last night. At some point, I had to give him mouth to mouth because his lips went blue, and he was really fighting with his breathing. So me and his mum were giving him mouth to mouth, and we suctioned him and just kept on top of him all night, and we done basically what the nurse should have done to sustain his life. And the doctors are in the court now saying that they feel like they're threatened and hostile when we've got the 6 officers outside our room. We've got the officers storming in the waiting area to meet visitors with tasers trying to forcibly remove them. And then we've got doctors and sisters trying to force Kate's hands off her own son. So how is this about the doctors feeling scared when they've just walked into the corridor, smirked at me and walked through the burns unit, and they never go in the burns unit, they're not even supposed to go in there. So we're about to appeal, we want to go to Italy, everyone's ready, Alfie's ready. So now we see what the 3 judges in the Court of Appeal can do to us, and even if we don't achieve to get to Italy, then the judge is still offering us a chance to get home, and if we can do that, then that can be done in the next couple of hours. I mean, we're already trained to do half the things that the nurses do. All we need is a couple of indications on his SATs, monitoring his SATs, which I've done all night anyway. And the judge has also said if there's family support, and I've got an uncle who can just do everything that these nurses do, down to a T, and he's medically trained to do this. So I'm just going to carry on fighting, and Alfie continues to fight, and I can't thank all the support again, you know. The doctors didn't expect this. They said Alfie'd live for 3 to 5 minutes and die immediately. He's not dying at all. I told you all this. I told everyone he's not dying. I told him that if they wean the drugs and take him off the vent, he will breathe. And what did they tell you? And what's he doing right now? He's off the anti-epileptic drugs. I've refused to give him them because in fact his seizures have reduced. So why should they give him some anti-epileptic drugs that aren't going to cause any beneficial effects? So Alfie remains anti-epileptic drug free. He remains dramatically, seizures have reduced. He's coughing, he's making a couple of vocal noises, and he's breathing. And the nurses and doctors are coming in continuously through the day, and they're not concerned. So I think the doctors now ought to just either let us go and stop making excuses up, because they just don't want to see him come out of here. They want him to die. They want him to deteriorate in the next couple of hours, so then they can say, oh, look, we told you. But in fact, in reality, I stood in the court case and they told me that he wouldn't last longer than 5 minutes. He's lasted 22 hours. Yeah. They're disgusting how they're treating us. They're just starving, and they wouldn't do this to an animal. I feel like I'm in an African jail, and it's disgusting, but Alfie's fighting, so I'm going to remain at his bedside with his mum all night, and I'm going to fight, and whether it's to get him home or Italy. We want him in Italy, of course we do. And I've always stated that, give him a tracheotomy, and he'd be able to gain more consciousness. Now he's fighting like 22 hours straight, breathing, that he's just been on a ventilator for 14 months for. This is the most biggest shock to me and his mum. But I had a feeling that he would be, but I didn't think it'd become this long, to be honest with you. My head's a mess, but I'm doing the right thing, and I always stated that I'm doing the right thing, and I haven't crossed the line. So, you know, to all the people that was kind of throwing the negative comments at me, then unfortunately you haven't knocked me down. So I want to keep climbing the mountain just like my son is, and so is Kate, and I just like to thank you all again.